Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and this time we are getting started on, I think, the best chapter in the game. We are going to ride this beautiful old-style train across the desert and to the sanctuary at Poshley Heights, where we're going to gain the 6th Crystal Star, and I imagine it's going to be plain sailing all the way. So let's talk to this conductor and get ourselves on board. We certainly will be boarding today, and here are our tickets, which we obtained from the Mafia Don last time. And here we go with some pretty rad music. Chapter 6, 3 Days of Excess. So here we are in Mario's room. Totally luxurious. 3 days to Poshley Heights are just going to fly by. This is based on, I guess, American understandings of train journeys where they can take 3 days, because you couldn't really do that in Britain. I think our longest train journey takes 13 hours. So we've got a note left in the room here. Don't go to Poshley Heights. Get off the train now or a sticky yummy doom awaits it. Okay. You think Beldam has anything to do with it? Well, probably, because she showed up in the last episode. One way or another, the note's appearance means the culprit's on the train. Okay, so we've got a Murder on the Orient Express style thing. Also get ourselves a free Shine Sprite as a gift. If we want to restore Mario's health, I think we can come sleep in this room. There's a dried shroom in the drawer. Excellent. Otherwise, not a whole lot in here, I don't think. Nope. So I might as well head out into the corridor and see what's going on here. So here we are in the dining car, which is very luxurious, and yes, she's a slightly ditzy waitress, and we got a famous actor called Zip Toad on board, and I imagine that, yeah, the cast of characters is going to be quite expansive. This is Chef Shimi, the culinary expert. I worry that he would create sushi, because that's just cannibalism. So it'll make my tongue cry out in shame, okay. No lunch yet. We've got a shop here on board if you need it. You probably won't, because as I said in the previous episode, there's very little combat in this mission. And through here, after a graphical error, we have ourselves this detective penguin. What's his name? This is Pennington. Yeah, the detective types have shown up in a couple of Paper Mario games, including Paper Mario 1, where there was a murder mystery in was it Shiver City? This is a business rat, like the one we sent out to hunt for oil in Dry Desert, who hasn't returned yet, and seems to just run off with our investment. And through here we have the Bob-omb family, who we've run into before. I think they were in the Glitz Pit. This is Bob the Bob-omb, and he's a spoiled kid. And Gold Bob, he's the head of Bobbingtons, the company, and this is Sylvia. She's the rich wife of Gold Bob. And back here, I think we've got the luggage car. This is the conductor. Yeah, so we've reported some kind of threat, but ultimately he's not going to take any action on it right now because he's a toad and therefore is a completely useless bystander in most of these activities. Apart from Captain Toad, treasure tracker. Oh dear, so there's some kind of drama in the kitchen. What's going on here? Uh-oh. So, looks like somebody has stolen lunch. I can say without the slightest hesitation that this smells like a case to me. What shall we call it? That is the question before us. Yes, what to call it? The case of the pot of supper stew that vanished suddenly and mysteriously. Indeed, that will do nicely. My dear train passengers, this is a full-fledged mystery, one that impacts you all. A mystery, you said? And what exactly kind of dish is that? I am known as Pennington. You most likely would not guess it, but I am a detective. At the risk of immodesty, you might say I have a certain nose for these things. And this little conundrum, my dear fellow passengers, poses no challenge to me. The central clue of this case, and also the most vital one as it happens, is that our perpetrator took the whole pot, stew and all. And this, esteemed friends, leads me to believe that the one responsible is you gluttonous woman. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Pardon me, please accept my apologies, my dear woman. I felt I needed to practice my accusation skills, you understand. Yes, sorry. Ahem, very good. Now let us get serious, shall we? This, I believe, will be a case worthy of my intellect. Yes. Let me get this straight. So, what we know so far is that we don't know who the culprit is, and I guess that's about it, right? Oh, this scene is for total squares. Forget it, you guys. I'm going back to my room. Humph. You there, in a bit of a hurry to get back to your room, eh? You, sir, are highly suspicious. I have just broken this case. The true culprit, I believe, is Ziptoad, the actor. Ziptoad? The Ziptoad? No way, Mr. Detective Person. You're just making stuff up, you tweedy geezer. Tweedy geezer? I can't say I deserve such a verbal thrashing, but, well then who did do it, This puzzle deepens with every confounding step. Well, it's not that deep, because we can find this trail of something on the carpet here. And the spilled stew, so if we follow this trail, we should find our way to the thief. And yes, indeed, pass our room and find our way to room number 3, where the trail ends. And through here, this gluttonous toad, who appears to only be wearing overalls and nothing underneath, which is slightly concerning. This is Hefty, the gourmet toad. Ah, dear. Food gets stolen and you blame the chubby guy. Not nice. I see he spent some time on Tumblr. Drops of stew on the floor outside. So, have a look in the drawer here, and we find the galley pot. Looks like it was licked clean. And yes, indeed, that mystery has been solved. So, you were so enamoured of the stew that you wanted to steal it to devour more, and you stole the entire pot when the chef was chopping shallots. Answer. Yes, that's right. I'm so sorry, but it was a brief moment of weakness. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Justice has been served. Very satisfying. May this terrible crime never recur. And you, my dear sir. Yes, you with the unkempt facial hair. My keen sleuthing instincts identified you as the correct person to collar the ruffian. Now about that note in your room. Yes, I know of it. As the lone detective on this train, the conductor confided in me. But we cannot speak here. Find me in room 6 so that we may discuss this in private. Oh, and please return the pot to the chef if you could. I don't know if we actually have to return the pot, but I'm going to, because it seems the nice thing to do. Here we go. And what do I get as a reward? That's how we get a star piece. Okay. I wonder... I presume you can return that in future days, or if you ride a train again, because this game doesn't really lock you out of collectibles like that. So there must be it must be possible to come and drop that off anytime. Anyway, we've got ourselves the star piece now, so let's head into Pennington's room and see what he's up to. I was rather impressed with your work on this last case, I must admit. However, I do not think the one you apprehended is our sticky, yummy malcontent. I have deduced this from the lack of any incriminating clues in his room. In any case, I must say, I believe you have a certain knack for detective work. So it is decided then. I shall take you on as my new assistant. To reiterate, my name is Pennington. I am a detective from Poshley Heights. I am known in some circles as the penguin with the improbably large brain. I am sure you have heard of me, so that is all I will say on the subject. And as for your name, wait, I demand you do not tell me. I shall deduce your identity. That moustache, that nose. Oh, all too easy. You, sir, are quite obviously the famed Luigi, are you not? No need to introduce yourself. I know all about the famous Luigi. Now, about this threat. Our man has declared his intent to yummify the train. A sticky, tasty explosion. That family of bob-ombs. They are definitely suspect. That's a slightly racist assumption, isn't it? Now, Luigi, we will reduce this case to rudimentary facts and deduce the truth. Okay, let's go have a little chat with the bombs. Oh. And we are now in the evening, which means we have this kind of Fallout New Vegas orange filter over everything. Mom and Dad are fighting about what to get me for my birthday. I'm so bored. I wish I brought my GBA. Yeah, that's a familiar feeling, bub. I think we should get little bub the Advanced Learners Classic series of Bobomery. 2 words, cheap and boring. Think more luxurious, dear. Perhaps a car or a house. Bob is too small for such things, Gold Bob. Stop thinking of your own social status. He needs something that will further his education, not spoil him, honestly. I don't want any of the stuff they're talking about. Hey, mister, are you a detective now that you quit being a champion? Well, so, think you can detect what I really want for my birthday? Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, if you bring me what I really want, then I'll give you something in return. Here's a hint. It starts with an A. Got it? Okay, here's your second hint. It's a certain person's autograph. Now you got it, don't you? So, the obvious candidate for autograph is the celebrity on the train, Zip Toad. And we'll see if we can find him. I can't remember what room he lives in. Ah, so we've got another person here in room 2 who wants some help with her trouble. She's looking for a gold ring that she's lost somewhere on the train. Could you please hasten the search along for me, you boldly brilliant man, you? Now, I think that's a way to get another star piece. I can't actually remember where it is, but I'll keep an eye out. And here in room 1, we have Zip Toad. The little bub kid wants as a present. I'm sure he'd be stoked to have an autograph of mine, right? Oh man, don't they all? Can't do it, unfortunately. I only sign for chicks. I wonder, this isn't the solution. Zip Toad is not actually the one who wants an autograph on, but I wonder if you talk to him with a female partner out. Nope, that doesn't make any difference. While we're passing through, let's talk to the waitress, because she needs our help as well. She's lost these shell earrings that her ex-boyfriend gave her, and it's full of memories and stuff, and she needs them back. So we'll keep an eye out for the earrings as well as the gold ring. So you go talk to the guy back here who's standing next to the Bob Alden's room, and he says, one thing I heard was cute, that boy dreams of being a train engineer someday. You don't think Bub might want something from someone he admires, do you? Well, we know exactly where to find that guy, so let's head up to the front of the train, and we'll go have a little chat with the engineer. Or the driver, as we refer to him in Britain. I don't know why they're called engineers, and they don't really engineer the train, they drive it. Okay, so all the way to the front of the train, and we'll head into the engine car, which is mysteriously unlocked and available to the public. Oh, while we're in here, we've got a panel to flip. If we can get Yoshi not standing on that. There we go, get ourselves an extra star piece. And yeah, we've got this curious toad here who doesn't have a toad head, he's just got a hat, which makes him look like a little person. It's kind of odd. Okay, so we want the autograph for Little Bub. If you could keep your eyes on the rails, that would be great, pal. But yeah, we've got the autograph. And he's pleased, and Bub will be pleased, and everything is coming up Mario. While you're here, head into carriage number 4, which appears to be empty, and we get another panel to flip for an extra star piece. It's always been a bit of an ambition of mine to go on a big sleeper train. I want to do the 3-day journey from Chicago to Seattle and get a little cabin and, I don't know, maybe do some writing while I'm staring out at the endless bits of the Dakotas that we go through. Okay, back to carriage 8, and let's have a little chat with Bub, and we give him the autograph. And there we go, good detective, and we get ourselves a Shine Sprite, which is very nice. It doesn't really advance the plot, but, you know, we feel like a nice guy for having done it. So we head outside, and that does at least transition us to nighttime. So we are now in the end of the first day, with this rather charming waltz going on as the background music. I wonder what's being served for dinner. Ah, he's still got to prepare the evening dinner, I see. I guess if we report back to Pennington and tell him the Bob-omb family are not under suspicion, that they're arguing because of other reasons and don't intend to yummify the train, that would probably help. Okay. Hello, you racist penguin. Just an autograph, yes, just as I suspected. Oh, the conductor came by looking for you, Luigi. This smells of a new mystery. Okay, here's interesting. And what news has he got for me? Mr. Mario, I'm so glad you spoke to me. I just remembered something suspicious. I found myself one blanket short when I was handing them out to passengers. I gave the last passenger my own blanket to make up for it, but it's vexing. I have exact blanket counts. It means someone came on board without a ticket. That stowaway just might be your suspect, Mr. Mario. Not only that, but if I don't get my blanket back, I'll be too chilly to sleep tonight. If you could look for the unticketed passenger and get that blanket, I'd thank you. Just call me Blanket PI. Okay, so we know where the empty room is. That's number 4. So we'll have a little look and see if we can find ourselves a stowaway in there. You can kind of see why I like Chapter 6 so much. There's lots of interactivity in ways that aren't combat, which I think is a welcome break. So no one obvious in here, but if we have a little hide with Vivian and make it look as though the room's empty. Give it a second. Oh, who's this? This is the ghost. So you have found me. Well, as you see, I'm a ghost. I'm cursed to haunt this place. A blanket? Well, yes, the conductor did leave one here. He didn't realise that I'm a ghost. A yummy, sticky threat? No, I left no such thing. I can't even hold physical objects like pen and paper. What, you just want the blanket then? Well, I'll tell you where it is if you do something for me. What do you say? All I need is your life. No, just kidding. Actually, I passed away in this cabin many years ago, but I think my luggage is still in the baggage car here. Inside my bag is a diary I kept since my earliest childhood days. My fear that someone would find and read it has kept me tied to this world. I can't leave this room, so could you please find it and bring it here? If you do that, I'll show you where the blanket is. Okay, seems reasonable. And don't you dare read my diary, because if you do, a horrible fate awaits you. Not actually kidding, you can read the diary and it's an instant game over. It's kind of interesting, but given the instability of my save file, I don't really want to risk it, so I will not be doing that. So, we've told him there's a ghost, and he won't give you the blanket unless you get his diary from the baggage car. I see, well, go on in. You don't say no to ghosts. Good rule for life in general, Mr. Toad. Okay, so we're in the baggage car. I think there's a few hidden things in here. Chief among which is obviously the diary. The crates in here all say foods on them, which is a really weird translation. I think that must be a slightly odd Japanese thing. Possibly they're meant to say goods or just food, but either way, it's not entirely clear. So it doesn't seem like there's anything else in here for now, although obviously there's a route we will be able to go through later. Okay, we've got the diary, and yes, I would also like to know what's written in it, but unfortunately if I read it I will die, so so back to room 4, have a little chat with the ghost, hand over the diary. Yes, this is my diary. Very well, your blanket is right here. Although I'm not sure, he can't handle pen and paper or anything corporeal, but he can give us a blanket, so this is slightly odd. You were very wise not to read my diary, friend. Ooh, if you had read it, you might be a spirit like me right now. And now I can go peacefully on from this world. Thank you so much. You'll probably never meet me again in this world. Fare thee well. And yep, in a slightly odd bit of very overt storytelling, he starts to ascend to heaven. Well, actually, maybe not. I've been here so long, I've gotten kind of used to it. The wallpaper's great. There isn't any wallpaper. This is a wooden-clad room. Maybe I'll stay here just a little while longer. I can leave whenever, so that's all there is to it. Ah, well, that's cute. What if he has a name? Ghost Tea. Okay, I mean, you know, it's kind of nominative determinism, wasn't it? Oh, hello. Panel. Oh, we got the panel already. Never mind. Okay, so now we'll go return the blanket to the conductor. Alright, here you are. Now you got something to sleep under. Don't know why they don't give him a bed. That seems kind of rude, but our gummy and sticky mischief maker is still at large. Oh, before I forget, this is a gesture of my thanks. Oh, great, a mushroom. Thank you. Like, we haven't already got several of those. What can I get rid of? I don't need a dried shroom. Apparently I have 3 life shrooms, which is rather a lot. Oh, for God's sake, I don't want the dried shroom. Run. Okay, so time for bed, and we'll resume the investigation in the morning. Slightly annoyed I haven't found those earrings or the gold ring yet, but perhaps I will soon. The shop being closed means it's time to go to bed. You can't do anything more today, so it's a good way of reading this if you aren't following the text clues. Okay, let's get some shut-eye. Okay, so day 2. I guess we don't have much choice but to head for breakfast and see if anything is going down with the other passengers. Still no sign of the shell earrings, I'm afraid. Maybe have a little chat with Pennington and the conductor, see if they know anything. Aha! Ah, my dear Luigi, your timing is impeccable. A new case has arisen. Now then, Mr. Businessman, please explain the facts to my assistant Luigi. Okay, here's the deal. When I woke up this morning, my briefcase was gone. It contained all the contracts for our next deal and even our new product prototype. If I don't recover it, I'll lose my job at the least. Now, calm yourself. The next part is vital. Tell Luigi very slowly. Of course, our company's new product is nitro honey syrup. Used properly, it's an amazing product that can even raise the dead. But if mixed with the calcium from a seashell and a bit of gold, well then the results are explosive. The resulting goo blast would immobilize everyone here in a sticky yet yummy shellac. If it's fallen into the wrong hands, well, I could lose more than my job. Let's examine these facts, shall we? Someone has stolen your briefcase. Though you definitely had it yesterday. And the train has not stopped at all in the intervening time. I have it! Rudimentary, my dear Luigi. Rudimentary. The thief is still on the train. Aha! Luigi, have you spoken to the waitress and the lady in cabin 2? They have both lost something on this train. The waitress lost shell earrings, and the lady, Toodles, lost a gold ring. Luigi, if the same person who stole those objects also has the nitro honey syrup, they could make this goo blast. They could carry out the threat in their note. So it is simple, Luigi. You must find that thief. We must apprehend the suspect before this dastardly plan is put into effect. Well, the chef has already lost something and recovered it. It won't be Toodles or the waitress because they both lost those items. It won't be the rat guy because he lost his briefcase. It won't be the bob-ombs because we've already investigated them. So is it does the conductor know anything? Saw no one suspicious during the night. We'll be stopping at Riverside Station today, around dusk, I believe. Okay. So, what about Zip Toad? We haven't interacted with him much yet. Weird observation. All the room numbers have 3 digits, even though there's only 8 of them in the whole train. Aha! So we have a mysterious note in Zip Toad's room. Vital paper. Something very important and complicated. Now, could that have come from a briefcase? Nothing in the drawer. What if we wait around for Zip Toad to come back? Nothing there. Well, we'll take this paper back to Pennington & Co. So back to room 6 and present this businessman with... can't present him with that. We can talk to the detective and hand him the vital papers. What is this paper? What sort of clue is this supposed to be? That's one of the contracts for my upcoming business deal. Just as I suspected. Luigi, where did you find this very important clue? Cabin 1, you say? Yes, Zip Toad's room. A place I have long suspected. Come to think of it, I do not believe I've seen him today. Then perhaps he is hiding somewhere on the train. Always one step ahead. Very well, my dear Luigi. Find that Zip Toad. Well, where would he be that other passengers aren't allowed to go? Let's try the baggage car. Nope, okay, he hasn't seen anyone, I won't let us in, so fair enough. So back to cabin 1, and we'll see if he's lurking anywhere in this room. So we'll have a little hide, and any sign of Zip Toad? No, it doesn't seem like it. Just thinking of all the rooms which are unoccupied during the day, I came across our own, and it seems, yes, another clue is in here. So we can't pick that one up, but the thief must be in our room. If we hide in the seating area here... Yes! Zip Toad was right there. Now, I don't want to rest. I want to catch the thief, who... Okay, we just have to hide for slightly longer. Gotcha. Where'd you come from? You won't be catching me that easily, guy. Yes, I will. That was much easier than the egg hunt on the Glitz Pit Island. So this was our man all along, pretending to be Zip Toad, I see, all the while pilfering things from others to aid your evil plan. Yes, this was all just as I had deduced. I knew all along you were a fake. Yes, a discoloured nostril hair tipped me off. And not only that, but I knew you were the one who threatened Luigi. Curses. I almost got away with it by getting off at Riverside Station, too. Yes, you played a daring and ingenious little game, my false friend, but the jig is up now, fiend, and the good people on this train are now safe. That is correct, sir. No one escapes from this improbably large brain. Well, yes, in any case, at least return what you've stolen, Fink. Blech. The briefcase, and the gold ring, and the shell earrings. And we've got to make sure we go and return these. Give back the briefcase to this guy, first of all. No reward from him, the little tightwad. Our rendezvous with disaster was diffused by my most rudimentary of deductions. Attention all passengers. This train will soon make a brief scheduled stop at Riverside Station. Please ensure you have all your belongings before leaving the train. Remember, if you see anything suspicious, please contact British Transport Police on 601166 or whatever it is. Remember, see it, say it, sort it. So he is escorted off by security. I think not, Slick. You think you can hold me? No way. Belden would flip if I let that happen. So yes, it's Dupliss. He's back in Toad form. And this whole Zip Toad thing was just a means to an end. It's me, suckers, Dupliss. Belden's plan to gooify Mario didn't work, so I'll be cutting and running now. I'll leave the rest to Belden. See ya, suckers. Yep, so they've not managed to blow up the train, but there is still ways they can get at us. So now it's time for a brief interlude in the chapter while we go and explore a small dungeon. So we should be able to alight from the front carriage. And yeah, hop off the train here. We find ourselves in the eternally twilit Riverside Station. Had this rather lovely pastel-y background. Yeah, the bob-ombs have gone off for a walk. The train is quite cool, he is right. And yeah, the bridge is out, looks like. So, this actually happened to me the other day. I was taking a train from Norwich to Lowestoft, and yeah, the bridge was stuck in an upright position, so I had to get a replacement bus. It took ages. And I was on my way to a funeral as well, so it was not exactly the most ideal of situations. Let's head into the dungeon and head out. Now, for some reason, the station is abandoned. This is clearly an Amtrak station. And that was a waste of 15 coins that I didn't need to spend. But yes, Pennington has told us all about the Duplis situation. I'm wondering if behind the train there's some kind of star piece, but apparently not. So, yeah, let's head in here and start exploring the station. This is where one of the 2 bits of combat in the level start coming in. Badge up there that we can't access yet. And yet this place is slightly run down, to say the least. And there's a lift here which we'll want to get, but we don't have the elevator key yet, so head through this door. And this poster looks like it can be removed from the wall. This is one of the few areas post sort of chapter 3 where you get a lot of use out of flurry. Okay, that doesn't really do anything, but it does at least show that that is a thing that is a factor in this level. So we'll need to get some stairs here and get a key for that. So obviously we need to go into tube form. And head over here to the right. Poink this switch, and up they fold. Some rather lovely train and star patterns on that on those blocks. There's a lot of love goes into the textures in this game, which is nice considering it ran at such a low resolution originally. So through here, we got ourselves the first enemies of Chapter 6. These are the Rough Puffs, I think they're called. So it doesn't look like we have these guys in the catalogue yet, so I might as well get those. Yeah, Rough Puffs. And they're basically like the guys we fought in Chapter 2, only slightly tougher. HP 7, attack 4, defense 0. They're not very tough, to be honest, and we can probably take them out in 2 turns. Okay, and annoyingly, I can't jump on electrified enemies yet. I can jump on spiky ones, but I'll have to do a hammer throw here. There we go. And yeah, I don't know if there's a partner I have who can attack them, actually. Vivian can use Fire Jinx, but that costs a lot of FP, so I don't really want to do it. Anyway, I'll just defend this turn, and we'll take the attack. 4 each, which is a bit rough, but we got the auto health regen, so we're only taking 2. It's not too bad. Now that his electricity's gone, let's stomp on his head. Okay, so with those 2 down, we can collect a bunch of coins and push onwards. And we got our first platforming section of the level with, yeah, hopping across these rotating gears, which seems like a health and safety hazard, frankly, but these rotate at slightly odd intervals. The first one stops every quarter, the second one every half, the third one every 3 quarters, and the last one does 1 stop per rotation, so it's a little bit of a odd timing, but yeah, okay, I'm thinking there might have to be a Yoshi involved here. Let's give it a go anyway. Okay, I might have to hop back and then return. Yeah, the timing is a little bit odd. There we go. So hop back once and then forward and then you'll make it. Roll under here quickly and clamber up these platforms. Okay, and if we can coops our way towards getting this key. Sorted. We should be able to make our way through the next door. Plus, don't forget to grab this star piece back here. So we're now outside with this rather lovely background of the desert heat. And annoyingly, this guy has a life stream, which means we're going to have to kill him twice. Fortunately, I've got Spike Shield, so I can at least get some of that done at this first turn. We do a spin jump on his head. Always have a frisson of fear every time I do that, and I've forgotten to equip Spike Shield, but apparently I had. And good excuse why we got the FP to show off Shell Slam, which is Koops' extra special super duper level 4 attack, level 2 attack, and does 7 damage each, which is rather nice, and also penetrates defense. So, hasn't quite killed that last guy, but if we can super guard his attack, oh, good, he's spawning another friend. That's the less good option, frankly. This guy has managed to make us fight twice as many Pokies as we were originally meant to. I'm going to take him out now, anyway. That'll learn you. Okay. And he's managed to miss us, which is good, and means we can now finish him off with a stomp to the head. Okay, and down he goes. I think there's another one down the track, so we'll just quickly coops him. And those guys are trivially easy for me to take out now, so now I can just stand here and admiringly watch the sunset as the sun wibbles in the background. Oh, and there we go. Hidden block there, which I didn't know about. Gets us a Thunder Rage. That is actually quite useful to have. Check out the inn coupon, because they're basically worthless after about Chapter 1, because you're never going to have not enough coins to stay at an inn. Okay, and an extra Shrine Sprite here for us. Not exactly hidden away in a puzzle, but nice to have it all the same. Another Rough Puff for us here. Just quickly spin jump him. Okay, and a couple more enemies to take out. Okay, and now everyone's down, and we've got a whole heap of coins, as well as a life shroom over there, which takes us up to a total of 4 life shrooms, making us virtually invulnerable. What should I throw out for this? I don't need a coconut right now. There are recipes that use coconuts that are quite good, but I can always go back to the island and get one. There's a HP up badge up there, which is not hugely useful, but I can have a thing about collecting all the badges, so I'm going to find a way of getting it. Aha, so there's a little slot here, which I can tube into. You can only see it from the right-hand side. There we go. And there we go. Got the badge. Not as I say, particularly useful, but good for the 100% completion. Right, so get Flurry out and blow all the posters off this door. And we're now really into the bowels of the facility. Oh god, some spike tops. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get rid of these guys then. Right. Still, at least we can jump on them now. I think that our colleague, Mrs. Mouse, is going to be very useful here, because she can penetrate defense. There we go, and can take them down in one round. Just got to use Mario to get them on the ground. Your shell is no match for the mouse. Okay, a few things to deal with here. I reckon that a multi-bounce is probably a good way to start. Get those spike tops down on the ground. And start taking them out. That guy has a power punch, so he'll be able to up his attack. By the time he's done it, we'll be able to take him down. And the same rule as with Pokies as applies as usual, which is they're very easy to super guard, and if you do so, they will take damage from their reflecting projectile. Okay, so those guys are down. Another bunch of coins, so very well stocked up here. Can also drop down that pit there, but I think that our first port of call should be rolling down here. There's a little bit of a pipe maze. You've got to figure out which way to head to pick up as many collectibles as possible. You probably have to do this a couple of times because there's a few different routes to go. And yeah, that doesn't... that's just the return route. It's like the Morph Ball segments from Metroid Prime. Okay, so, can we head down this little route here? Oh good, this puts us in the trash, I see, amongst all the Pokies. Well, a good excuse to just quickly take them out. Okay, and that was worth doing, because that's just tipped us over into level 19. So as usual, we're getting up badge points, taking us to 48, halfway to the cap, and once we are out of this little cutscene, we will equip some new badges for ourselves, which will make life particularly easy in the coming chapters. Not that much to do with this, not that much that I can do with the range of badges I've currently got, so I'm going to equip Power Smash so I can have extra special hammer attacks, and I'm going to equip Damage Dodge so I can reduce my incoming damage. Seems reasonable enough to me. Because if you have Damage Dodge equipped for 2 BP, you effectively get far more out of it in terms of lifetime HP savings than you would just from taking an extra 5 HP in a level up. So I think it's a reasonable thing to do. Right, so we've got to drop down this pit. We can hop across this gap and up this step. So we have found ourselves the P up D down. Now there's a badge that I want to equip. Okay, so I'm going to see how much that costs. Only 2, so actually, yeah, you know what? Forget Damage Dodge. We are going for the opposite direction, and we're taking P down. We're taking P up, D down. Just an extra 1 damage to all of Mario's attacks is just so useful, and the amount of extra damage we take is going to be fairly minimal, because we block or super guard a lot of things as is, so managed to fall down the wrong tube there. Okay, give this another go round. Okay, and we get ourselves a dry shroom, which we don't want, and past the spike top. Actually, it's a good opportunity to test out our new damage abilities. I don't think we can yet penetrate their armor, but maybe we can. Nope, not quite yet, but our spin attacks can. Good opportunity, in fact, to show off Koops is most powerful. So if we multi-bounce our way to getting these guys down on the ground, I think his Shell Slam can negate damage. Can negate defense. There we go. And they're down for the count. Bit of a waste of several FP there, but you know what? There's not that much combat in this level. We can afford it. And we're going to get it to sleep when we get back to the train anyway. So, through here. And we found ourselves in this sort of back office area, which is slightly depressingly grim. Oh, a Goomba! Hello, we haven't seen you guys in a while. We're going to stomp on your heads. I think this is the game just trolling, because these guys are sort of insultingly weak at this point. I don't even think they can damage me, because I've got an inherent couple of points of damage from damage dodge and damage up. Okay, and with all those guys down, we unlock the easiest puzzle in the game. Hit that once. Hit this one 3 times. Hit this 10 times. And down fold the stairs. Extremely easy, no real challenge to it. Don't know why it was even put in as a puzzle. We've got a strange sort of side area here, which doesn't seem to have anything in it. There's a shine sprite up here, which we can get in a couple of ways, the easiest of which is to hit it with Koops. Head up into this hidden alcove and get ourselves the Super Boots. It's the first hardware upgrade we've had in a little while. The Ultra Boots, sorry, we got the Super Boots back in Chapter 2. So, we can now do a power jump where we spring straight up into the air, and we can use it to grab onto poles. Honestly, it's not all that useful in terms of out-of-battle puzzling, and I wouldn't really use it in battle either, because it's slightly awkward to time. But what it does do, as well, is increase our jump damage by 1. So, that's very useful to have, because now I am doing 5 damage per hit with my boots, which is very nice, and allows me to pierce quite a lot of enemies' armour. Okay, so good demonstration here. Except we can't climb past this little bracket there, so what we'll have to do instead is spring up to this one. And now, paper mode through this slot, and if we can combine a couple of our abilities, first off Yoshi to get across this gap. Then spring jump up here. Then a spring jump into the bottom of this platform. We can get ourselves the elevator key, and that takes us to the key bit of the level. The lack of music in Riverside Station, I think, makes it a particularly effective and slightly creepy location. Okay, back to the station entrance, and we'll take the elevator down to the bottom of the facility. Rather cool little animation here, which I feel was probably recycled for the elevator bits in Super Paper Mario. Oh dear, what are these guys? They're disgusting. Yeah, you're not wrong, Gimbella. So they are responsible for the flipping of the switch. We know how to take out hordes. We've played enough of this game so far to be able to work our way past all that. Start hammering these guys and they'll start disappearing. And eventually, yeah, the switch is ours. So that's the last we'll be seeing of those guys, I'm sure. And with this rather nice animation, down comes the bridge. Annoyingly, if you miss anything in Riverside Station, you have to come back and do the first 2 days of the train journey again before it'll stop here. You can, it's not gone forever, but yeah, it's... Also, it appears to be 17 minutes past 2 in this station, yet it's sort of twilight. I don't know where... Is this some kind of desert in the Arctic Circle? Before we leave, just quickly spring jump into this platform. And voila, we got ourselves a close call P. Not particularly useful at this stage of the game, but again, all good for the 100% completion. Quick top up on FP there. Bit of a pointless thing to do now that I think about it, because there will be an opportunity to sleep before the next bit of combat. You'll note, by the way, that's where we found the HP up badge back there. So they did actually work them into the same geographic cell, which is unusual for this game. Anywho, back on board, and let's get going towards Poshley Heights. Only another day to go. So, do these toads work at the station and just never go inside? That's the implication I get, because this doesn't seem to be near any towns. Attention all passengers. Thank you for riding the XS Express. Our next stop is our last, Poshley Heights. Yeah, so it's not much of a train route because it's only got 2 stops, one of which is completely abandoned. Nothing for us here other than to just go to sleep for the night. Okay, new day. A totally cool and brisk morning. And nothing can possibly go wrong. While we're at it, no one seems to be on the train. Bit odd. Go a little chat with the driver. Good morning, sir. It's quite quiet this morning, wouldn't you say? Uh-oh. Something on the windshield. Uh-oh. What are those things? Aren't those the things from the station yesterday? Oh, God. Okay, well, we're going to have to sort these out then. So, we've gone from genteel of Agatha Christie mysteries to cosmic H.P. Lovecraft horrors. So head right to the back of the train, into the baggage car. And you'll remember earlier there was a pipe that looked climbable if we had the ability, which we now do. And the Smorgs, yep, have kidnapped all the occupants of the train. So we'll just be bashing our way through these guys. Let the waitress go, you fiends. By the way, while she's... oh no, we can't hand in her earrings. Okay, the conductor's free. And, okay, the scene of the drama seems to have moved outside. So, unfortunately, they still have many of the passengers, and annoyingly, yeah, can't hand in the earrings still. So, sprawling our way up here, and prepare for battle. So, rather cool background here as we bash our way along the top of the train. Just had to keep hammering. I don't think you can get rid of all the Smorgs. They will just keep respawning, but as long as you keep hammering, you can make forward progress, so that's something. Now, unfortunately, they're no longer little harmless soot blobs. They are actually forming up into one kind of gestalt entity, which I don't think is particularly positive for Mario's prospects. Ah yes, especially now it's turned into Blobby Cthulhu. And yes, it's got the other passengers, so we're going to have to beat it up and take them back. And sadly, this is a rather boring boss fight for such an interesting potential enemy. It's just basically just the... functionally, it's the same as the Cortez fight. It's just got several appendages you need to take out, otherwise it can do extra damage to you. But we'll get it in the tattle log first. And it's got 50 HP and 1 defense. And if we can take down all the tentacles, we can take its defense down to 0. So we're going to do that first. Oh, managed to fail that attack annoyingly. So it's still got 1 tentacle, but we can take that out next time. Slightly high attack, 5, but not so much that we can't take it out. Quick head bonk on the remaining miasma. Okay, now its defense is down, and might as well start assuming to go on with a power bounce. And you see, with Mario's enhanced attack power, the HP is just going to melt away. And now we can do a multi-bonk. Already taken out half its HP. One more round of attack should finish it off. It'll probably regrow some, tentacles now. Oh no, just the one. Oh. Ooh, 10 HP damage each. That is quite powerful. Yeah, just going to quickly head bonk this. Take that out. And Mario's in danger, but not so much that he can't just stomp this thing to death. Now, it's a Paper Mario boss, so is it going to heal? No, apparently not. We got ourselves a tasty 29 XP. Not enough, anywhere near not enough for another level, but nice to have. And with that, down goes the big boss of Chapter 6. Now, there's a little bit more to go yet, but we have completed the bulk of the journey. It's like, all you did for 3 days was save us. That is exactly what I did. Everyone's safe now. It's all thanks to you. I've saved his life, yes. So, did you know this dashing fellow has been the famous Luigi all along? We will soon arrive at Poshley Heights. Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare to disembark. Now, I can't quite disembark yet, because I've got a couple of quests to hand in. Okay, so, unfortunately we're still on board. So, we're here, and pack up our stuff. Let's go have a little chat with the other residents, and get this chapter wrapped up. So first off, Toodles, not Toodles, yeah, the shell earrings, hand them over to the waitress, I can't remember her name. And, star piece for that. The nicest old moustache overall wearing guy I've ever met, yeah. It's just basically me and several plumbers. Don't know where Toodles the Toad has gone, that's slightly troubling, because I need her star piece. She was definitely in room 2, but, oh well, might as well disembark and see if we can find her on the platform. Now, Poshley Heights itself has a few interesting things to explore. First among which, you'll see a little gap in that hedge there. If we wander in here and head down and get a star piece in here, we can also head back out into the back garden. And there's not much to do here, but, you know, it's there. Next up, we got the Bob-omb Mansion here. I think there's a couple of things to explore here. The pool in the back, I think you can fall... Yeah, you can fall into and get chain chomped, so I wouldn't necessarily advise doing that. But if we head into their house, we'll find there's a little slot in the back wall here. Head back there, and you got yourself a HP Drain P badge. Quite useful, potentially. Ah, here's Toodles. So we can hand in the gold ring here, and Get ourselves 30 coins, which was was a complete waste of time. I don't need coins, I need star pieces because they are limited, and your coins, sadly, are not. Not much else I can do in here, I don't think. I was going to say, I have flip panel vibes about this little square here. Yep, so another star piece there. Means we're now on a rather healthy 19, so we can get some of the big prizes from Dazzle when we get back to Rogueport next episode. Okay, in here, we've got ourselves a little nook back here. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like that contains a star piece, and I wasn't wrong. What about this house here? Ah, it's penguins, like Pennington. These guys live in Shiver City in Paper Mario 1, and they're a nice little Easter egg. In fact, there's a lot of... Poshley Heights contains most of the game's callbacks to Paper Mario 1, especially later on. Head behind their hedge here. Is there another star piece back here we can find? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Make sure to explore all these little nooks, though, because we know how this game works. This hotel, I think, is the most expensive in the game, but you get a free breakfast of, like, fancy pasta or something. Okay, we've got ourselves a fountain here. This place sells the fresh pasta item, which is useful in a couple of recipes. I probably will do... there's an in coupon back here, the most useless item. I will probably do some of the recipes towards the end of this run when I'm just trying to finish everything off post-game. I don't know whether I'll do them all, because it might be kind of boring to watch, but let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Okay, and in this third room here, we've got ourselves this quite cool Shy Guy fountain. As well as on the far right over here, we've got ourselves a Shine Sprite block. Which I think puts us on, yep, 6, so we can now upgrade 2 more partners when we get back to Rogueport, which should be all but one of the remaining ones. What do we see here? Gone Travelling, Sanctum Manager. Ah, the place is locked. So, oh dear. Ah, it's my dear Luigi. What are you doing at my doorstep, young fellow? And yep, turns out Pennington was not all he seemed. He is not a detective, he is in fact the manager of the Poshley Sanctum. That is more of a hobby of mine, if the truth must be told. But enough chatter, Shall we go inside? Uh-oh. Looks like someone's made it here first. Don't know how they managed to beat the speeding train, but whatever. Oh dear. So they've taken a crystal star, which isn't ideal. And obviously Duplis can't teleport, so he has to just chuck himself out the window. But things are not as they seem. Quite rudimentary. So you were looking for the crystal star in this sanctum. Oh, yes, very interesting. Well, no cause for worry. The crystal star is safe. Quite safe indeed. The stone that our rude friends stole was fortunately a red herring, a fake. The real one is hidden somewhere in this sanctum to prevent such a theft. However, as to the location of the real crystal star, well, as sanctum manager I am of course prohibited from telling anyone. However, I do know where it is. Of that you can be most certain. Yes, indeed. Besides, I am sure a junior detective like yourself could find it on your own. Now, Luigi, put to use all of the razor-sharp sleuthing skills I've taught you. Make me proud. No, you tell me where it is, you penguin bastard. Okay, turns out that doesn't work. But we can make use of the skills we've acquired during this chapter quite easily. Spring jump up to this pole. Head over to the right. Make sure to explore every platform up here, because there are secrets that you could miss if you're taking the most obvious route. Obviously, we can't climb past these banners, so we have to go to the right. Onto this plain platform, and we can head over to the other side. So now we're up here, a quick dangle, and if we go and hit this block, we unveil the pipe, which frankly I don't think we needed a block to do. We could have just pushed past that curtain, but whatever. And no secrets in this front room, so we'll just hop down. Head into the painting, Mario 64 style, and there's a couple of interesting secrets in here. First off, loads and loads of booze, so I'm just going to take those out, and hopefully can avoid having to show you too much of that. This is supposed to be the game's introduction to dark booze, but sadly we've already been down to floor 60 of the Pit of 100 trials, so you already know all about them. Okay, so now I've taken all those guys out. You'll see that the crystal star is here, but that's not where we're going to want to go straight away, as we've got some collectibles to find. First off, head to the top tier of this room, enjoying the rather lovely Poshly Sanctum music. Now if we head to the back of this row, we'll find ourselves a Shine Sprite. Extremely useful. It means we're now on 7. Which I think only means there's 2 left in the game, as far as I recall. We may well have missed them, actually. I might have to consult with one of the ancients. Anyway, pick up back here. This is a very important item, the L emblem. And if we pop the L emblem on, because it takes 0 BP, we get the very important change that we are now Luigi. And if you like the L emblem, and its partner the W emblem, which I'm going to try and get from Charlieton back in Rogueport, you can buy them. They are on my Etsy store, which I will link to in the description of this video. And you can have your very own L emblem. Sadly, it will not change your actual clothes, but you can make yourself feel as though you are a real-life Luigi. I've sold quite a few of them, actually. Probably a few dozen. I got a batch of 100 made up early this year before the Origami King came out, and yeah, they've been doing fairly steady business, so it's been nice to see people enjoying them. Okay, I thought there was a hidden secret up here, but I don't think there is, so we'll drop down and go and finally collect the Crystal Star. Okay, star power is now 7. Mario can now use the special attack Showstopper. That's a very... it's an attack of limited use. It will basically insta-kill all enemies on the screen. But the problem I find with it is that it doesn't work on bosses, or it has a very low chance to work on bosses, and I don't think you get any XP for battles you win with it, so it's really an all-or-nothing kind of attack. Generally, I would rather run from an attack from a battle if I was going to lose than try that out, because it's kind of reliant on chance. It's like using Fissure or Horn Drill in Pokemon. You are really taking a bit of a risk. So all that in hand, we just got to head back to. Head back to the actual Poshly Sanctum and have a little chat with Pennington. And this has been a very long video compared to the usual, but it is a long chapter, and I wanted to show it all in one because it is really good. There's a lot of variety in it, lots of puzzles and battling and platforming. And congratulations, Luigi, you found the real Crystal Star. Exactly. So, 6th Crystal Star of 7 is ours, and the only one left remains belonging to the X-Nauts. So now we've left Poshly Sanctum, it's time for the end of the chapter. And we'll just do the little intro to this interstitial, and then we'll see what we're up to next. What is the matter with you idiots? Falling for a fake crystal star? That's asinine. Sorry, dude. I mean, sir. So let me guess, this Mario managed to get the real crystal star? I'm gonna say, maybe? Ugh. This moustached menace has nearly every crystal star now. They were mine. I think I'd better alter my plan a bit. Before you do, Sigurdus, I think I'd better tell you something. What is it, fool? Mumble, mumble. What? Are you sure? Speak. No joke, dude. I mean, affirmative, sir, dude. That is, I'm positive, sir. Treason. Oh dear. So it looks like, yep, he might be on to Tech. Strange. Isn't it about time for Tech to call me in? Maybe he's busy. Ah, there we go. Well, we're now in control of Peach, so this is the end of this video for now. I'm going to leave things off here, and we'll resume with the adventures of Tech and Peach next time. Thank you very much for watching what has been my favourite chapter of Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, and I hope you can see why. Next time we will be pushing onwards, and we'll be exploring the space as Mario, although there may be some interstitial stuff to come first. So thank you very much for watching and listening. I've been Robin, this has been Digital Wilds, and this has been Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. If you'd like to help me grow the channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. Thanks again.